Okay, February 6th, Exodus 23:14 through 25:40. 3 times you shall keep a feast to me in the year. You shall keep the feast of unleavened bread. You shall eat unleavened bread for 7 days, as I commanded you at the time appointed in the month of Abib. For it you came out of Egypt. None of you shall appear before me empty. And the feast of the harvest, the first fruits of your labor, which you have sown in the field, the feast of the ingathering at the end of the year, when you have gathered in the fruit of your labors from the field. 3 times in a year, all your males shall appear before the Lord your God. You shall not offer the blood of my sacrifice with leavened bread, nor shall the fat of my sacrifice remain until morning. The first of the first fruits of your land you shall bring into the house of the Lord your God, and you shall not boil a young goat in its mother's milk. Behold, I send an angel before you to keep you in the way, and to bring you into the place which I have prepared. And if you read that too, how its angel is capitalized. That's a picture of Christ. He sent him before them, just like he sent him before us. Beware of him and obey his voice. Do not provoke him, for he will pardon your transgression, for my name is in him. But if you indeed obey his voice and do all that I speak, then I will. If indeed you obey his voice and do all that I speak, then I will be an enemy to your enemies and an adversary to your adversaries. For my angel will go before you and bring you into the Amorites, the Hittites, and the Perizzites, and the Canaanites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, and I will cut them off. You shall not bow down to their gods, nor serve them, nor do according to their works, but you shall utterly overthrow them completely and break down their sacred pillars. I think that's a really beautiful picture of what when Christ came, what's expected of us. And as the angel says, he went before us to the Amorites, the Hittites, and the Perizzites, just like Jesus goes before us in the world. So you shall serve the Lord your God, and he will bless you. He will bless your bread and your water, and I will take sickness away from the midst of you. No one shall suffer miscarriage or be barren in your land. I will fulfill the number of your days. I will send my fear before you. I will cause confusion among the people to whom you come, and make all your enemies turn their backs to you. And I will send hornets before you, and I shall drive out the Hivite, the Canaanite, the Hittite from before you, and I will drive them out before you in 1 year. The least the land become desolate, and the beasts of the field become too numerous for you. Little by little, I will drive them out from before you until you have increased, and you inherit the land. And I will set your bounds from Red Sea to sea, Philistia, and from the desert to the river, for I will deliver the inhabitants of the land into your hand, and you shall drive them out from before you. You shall make no covenant with them, not with their gods, nor in your land, lest they make you sin against me. For if you serve their gods, they will surely be a snare to you. Now he said to Moses, come up to the Lord, you and Aaron, Nabab and Ahab, and 70 of the elders of Israel, and worship from afar. And Moses alone shall come near the Lord, but they shall not come near, nor shall the people go up with him. So Moses came, excuse me, and told the people all the words of the Lord and all the judgments. And all the people answered with one voice and said, all the words which the Lord has said to us, we will do. And Moses wrote all the words of the Lord. And he arose early in the morning and built an altar at the foot of the mountain and 12 pillars according to the 12 tribes of Israel. Then he sent young men of the children of Israel who offered burnt offerings and sacrificed peace offerings of oxen to the Lord. And Moses took half the blood and put it into basins, and half the blood and sprinkled it on the altar. Then he took the book of the covenant and read it in the hearing of the people. And they said, all the Lord has said we will do, and be obedient. And Moses took the blood and sprinkled it on the people and said, this is the blood of the covenant which the Lord has made with you, according to all these words. Another picture They sprinkled the blood of an animal, which isn't a sacrifice for all time. But when we accept the Lord, we get the sprinkling of his blood, which covers us for all time, to cover sin. Um, at the blood covenants. Then Moses went up, and also Aaron, Nahab, and Ahub, and the 70 elders of Israel. And they saw the God of Israel. And there was under his feet as were a paved road of sapphire stone. And it was like the very heavens in its clarity. But on the nobles of the children of Israel he did not lay his hand. So they saw God, and they ate and they drank. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Come up to me on the mountain and be there, and I will give you tablets of stone and the law of the commandments which I have written, that you may teach them." So Moses arose and ascended, and his assistant Joshua and Moses went up the mountain of God. And he said to the elders, wait here for us until we come back to you. Indeed, Aaron and Hur are with you. If any man has difficulty, let him go to them. And Moses went up to the mountain, and the cloud covered the mountain. Now the glory of the Lord rested on Mount Sinai, and the cloud covered it for 6 days. And on the seventh day he called to Moses out of the midst of the cloud. The sight of the glory of the Lord was like a consuming fire on top of the mountain in the eyes of the children of Israel. So Moses went out into the middle of the cloud and went up into the mountain, and Moses was on the mountain 40 days and 40 nights. Then the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, "Speak to the children of Israel and bring me an offering from everyone who gives it willingly with his heart. You shall take my offering, and this is the offering which you shall take from them: gold, silver, and bronze, blue, purple, and scarlet thread, fine linen, and goat's hair, ram skins dyed red, badger skins, and acacia wood, oil for light, and spices for anointing oil and for the sweet incense, oxen stone, and stones to be set in the ephod and on the breastplate. And let them make me a sanctuary, that I may dwell among them, according to all I show you. That is the pattern of the tabernacle and the pattern of its furnishing. You shall make it. And they shall make an ark of acacia wood. 2.5 cubits shall be its length, a cubit and a half width, and a cubit and a half in its height. And you shall overlay it with pure gold inside and out, and you shall overlay it. And it shall be made on a molding of gold all around. You shall cast 4 rings of gold for it, and put them on the 4 corners. 2 rings shall be on one side, 2 rings on the other side, and you shall make poles of acacia wood, and overlay them with gold. You shall put the poles into the rings on the sides of the ark, that the ark may be carried by them. The poles shall be in the rings of the ark, that they may not be taken from it. And you shall put into the ark of the testimony which I give you. And you shall make a mercy seat of pure gold. 2.5 cubits shall be its length, a cubit and a half width. And you shall make 2 cherubim of gold, hammered work. You shall make them at 2 ends of the mercy seat. Make 1 cherubim at one end, and the other cherubim at the other end. You shall make a cherubim at the 2 ends of it, of one piece with the mercy seat, and the cherubim shall stretch out their wings above, covering the mercy seat with their wings, and they shall face one another. The faces of the cherubim shall be toward the mercy seat. You shall put the mercy seat on top of the ark, and in the ark you shall put the testimony that I will give you. And there I will meet you, and I will speak with you from above the mercy seat, from between the 2 cherubim which is on the ark of the testimony, about everything which I will give you in commandment to the children of Israel. So shall you make the tabernacle of acacia wood. 2 cubits shall be its length, and a cubit and a width, and a cubit and a half height. And you shall overlay it with pure gold, and make a molding of gold all around it. You shall make for it a frame, a hand's breadth all around, and you shall make a gold molding for the frame around. And you shall put in it the 4 rings of gold, and put the rings on the 4 corners that are on the 4 legs. The rings shall close to the frame. The holders of the poles shall bear the table, and you shall make the poles of acacia wood, and overlay them with gold, that the tabernacle may be carried with them. You shall make its dishes, its pans, its pitchers, its bowls, its pourings. You shall make them pure gold. and you shall set the showbread on the table before me always. You shall also make a lampstand of pure gold. The lampstand shall be of hammered work. Its shaft, its branches, its bowls, its ornaments, knobs, and flowers shall be of one piece, and 6 branches shall come out of its sides. 3 branches of the lampstand out of one side, and 3 branches of the lampstand out of the other side. 3 bowls shall be made like almond blossoms on one branch with the ornamental knob and flower, and 3 bowls shall be made of almond blossoms in the other branch with the ornamental knob and a flower. And so for 6 branches that come out of the lampstand. On the lampstand itself, 4 bowls shall be made like almond blossoms, each with its ornamental knob and flower. And there shall be a knob under the first 2 branches of the same, a knob under the second 2 branches of the same, and a knob under the third 2 branches of the same, according to the 6 branches that extend from the lampstand. Their knobs, their branches shall be of one piece, and it shall be one hammered piece of pure gold. You shall make 7 lamps for it, and they shall arrange its lamps so that they give light in front of it. And the wick trimmers and their trays shall be of pure gold. It shall be made of a talent of pure gold with these utensils, and see to it that you make them according to the pattern which was shown to you on the mountain. Just that whole thing, that's a lot. But the tabernacle, the whole tabernacle is a picture of Christ, and a picture of salvation. So hopefully we'll get into that more another time, because that's a whole big thing. But it is definitely the whole reason it's so detailed is because of that picture. Matthew 24, 29 through 51. Immediately after the tribulation of those days, the sun will be darkened, the moon will not give light, the stars will fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens will be shaken. Then the sign of the Son of Man will appear in heaven, and all the tribes on the earth will mourn, and they will see the Son of Man coming on the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And he will send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they will gather together his elect from the 4 winds, from one end of the heaven to the other. Now learn this parable from the fig tree. When its branches has already become tender, will put forth its leaves, you will know that summer is near. So you also, when you see all these things, know that it is near at the door, at the doors. Assuredly, I say to you, this generation will by no means pass away till all these things take place. Heaven and earth will pass away, but my words by no means will pass away. But on the day and the hour no one knows, even the angels of heaven, but my Father only. But as the days of Noah were, so also are the coming of the Son of Man be. For in the days before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered the ark, and did not know until the flood came and took them all away. So also will the coming of the Son of Man be. When 2 men were in the field, one will be taken, and the other left. 2 women will be grinding at the mill, and one will be taken, and the other left. Watch therefore, for you do not know what hour the Lord is coming. But know this, if the master of the house had known the hour the thief would come, he would have watched and not allowed his house to be broken into. Therefore be ready, for the Son of Man is coming in an hour you do not expect. Who then is faithful and wise servant, who the master made ruler over the household to give them food in due season? Blessed is the servant whom his master, when he comes, will find him doing. Assuredly, I say to you that he will make him ruler over his goods. But if the evil servant says in his heart, my master is delaying in coming, and begins to beat his fellow servants and eat and drink with the drunkards, the master of the servant will come in that day and he will not be looking for him. And at the hour he was not aware, and he will cut him into two and appoint him his portion with the hypocrites. There will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. That scares me. Um, I want to be the good servant who's waiting. And sometimes um, I will slip, and um, I will start maybe not treating people as well as I should and doing things I shouldn't do. And I don't want to be that person. So it's something to, there's consequences for what we do sometimes. And when I read things like this, it reminds me that I need to do my best to be faithful. Not that I'll do it right, but that I'm doing my very best. Psalm 31 through 12. I will exalt you, O Lord, and have lifted me up. and have not let my foes rejoice over me. O Lord my God, I cried out to you, and you healed me. O Lord, you brought my soul up from the grave and kept me alive, that I should not go down into the pit. Sing praise to the Lord, you saints of his, and give thanks to his remembrance of his holy name. For his anger is but a moment, his favor is for life. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Hallelujah. Now, my prosperity, I said, I shall never be moved. Lord, your favor, you have made my mountain stand strong. You hid your face, and I was troubled. I cried out to you, O Lord, and to the Lord I made my supplication. What profit is there in my blood when I go down to the pit? What will the dust praise you? Will it declare your truth? Hear, O Lord, and have mercy to me. Lord, be my helper. You have turned me from my mourning into dancing, and you have put off my sackcloth and clothed me with gladness. To the end of my that is my glory may sing praise to you and not be silent. O Lord my God, I will give thanks to you forever. Proverbs 7:24 through 27. Now therefore listen to me, my children. Pay attention to the words of my mouth. Do not let your heart turn aside from her. That's the immoral woman's ways. Do not stray into her paths, for she has cast down many wounded, and all who were slain by her were strong men. Her house is the way to hell, descending to the chambers of death. All right. We'll see you all tomorrow.